Hello everyone and welcome to TAD Summit Asia 2021. I'm really excited to be spending time with you. So a little bit about myself. I'm Neeraj. I'm solutions engineer at Symbl, and my job is to build cool next generation communication experience for developers and customers using artificial intelligence and machine learning. And that's exactly what we will be doing during this session. So most of the time in this session we'll be spending in learning about Twilio and Symbl and how that can be utilized in applications. And by the end of this 20-minute session, you will have active and working Twilio and Symbl meetings kind of app on your laptop. So yeah, let's quickly jump into that. So first of all, a little bit context around Twilio and Symbl. So Twilio is a communication platform for adding voice, video, SMS, email to your application. And Symbl is an API platform to analyze voice, text, and video conversations using artificial intelligence and machine learning. So basically, you don't need to build any machine learning models on your end, and Symbl can contextually understand the conversations and voice and audio video data in your applications. So that is the first thing that we do to enable all apps to understand natural human conversations, and that not to mention across all channels. Second thing is we work in real time as well as asynchronously. When I say asynchronously, it means post processing. If you have any recorded audio, video, or any sort of conversation, you can send it to Symbl, and Symbl can process it you. So other thing is that we are an API based platform. We don't sell business to business, and so basically we are for developers. We are here to help developers. So if you have knack in building applications, Symbl is the platform for you. We are also domain agnostic. So by domain agnostic, what I mean is that you don't need to train Symbl for any specific domain, let's say finance or healthcare or sales or any kind of domain that you think. So Symbl can contextually understand conversations and analyze voice, audio, video data across all domains. So we are not trained for any specific domain. So that's why there is no upfront training requirement when working with Symbl. So okay, I think that is enough introduction. I want this session to be more hands-on. So let's jump into the code directly. So what I will be doing is deploying one application that is there in one of our GitHub repos, and you guys will have it up and running in small amount of time. So let me quickly show you this. Okay, so if you just go to this particular URL, github.com/symbl.ai, so you will land on our homepage. So here you will see this second repo, although there are more than 66 repos for various use cases, various applications, different collaboration platforms. So you can integrate in several different ways or bring Symbl into your applications using any of these repos. But today we'll be focusing on symbl-twilio-video-react. So when you go to this repo, you will see that there are certain instructions here that you can go through to install this, or specifically with this session, if you just follow what I'm saying, you will have it up and running by the end of it. And it's pretty straightforward. So what you need to do is just go here, click on code. So if you are familiar with GitHub, you can directly do git clone using this URL, or if you just want to download a zip version of it, you can do it directly from here. So I have already downloaded it on my laptop. So let me quickly navigate to that particular folder. Okay, so yeah, so if you see here, so I already have this file downloaded, and then I have unzipped it. For unzipping, you can use commands like directly unzip if you have that utility on your Mac, or you can install it with whatever tool you prefer. So okay, so once you guys have this symbl-twilio-video-react downloaded on your system, what you need to do is just go to this library and just make sure that you have all these files over here. So as you can see that all the repo is there, and Now, there's only one thing that you need to do to make this up and running. So you need to go to the .env file in your folder. So I'll just quickly navigate to the part where I have this folder downloaded on my laptop, so that you can see in the folder structure which file I'm talking about. Just give me a minute to go to that folder. And okay, so yeah, so here's that particular folder, and this is the file I'm talking about. So just go to this .env file, and when you land here, so you'll need two things as we talked about. First is Symbl's credential, and second is Twilio's credentials. So for Symbl's credentials, what you need to do is go to Symbl.ai, click on sign up, and when you do that, it will ask for two informations from yours, just email ID and set a password, and that's it. You should be good to go. So when you log in to the platform, and you have created your email address and password corresponding to it, you will see your API credentials here, your app ID and app secret, that is directly available on the home. Also, you will get a lot of free minutes over here, so you don't need to worry about buying or purchasing or putting your card or anything. Just to get started, you'll have enough trial balance over here. So this is regarding Symbl. The second thing, you'll need to do the same thing with Twilio platform. So Twilio, when you go like you did with Symbl, just enter your email and password, and you will land up after registering to this particular page. So what happens here is basically you'll have an account SID. And so this is the first thing you'll need. And the second thing that you'll need, if you go to the settings tab, you will see the API keys. So you will need API key ID and secret as well for this application. So let me quickly show you where to set that up. So like I was talking about .env file. So if you open that file, you'll see these fields, for Symbl, app ID and app secret. And the second thing that you are going to see is Twilio account SID. That's the first thing I showed you on the Twilio console. And then in the Twilio settings, if you go, you will see your key SID and key secret. So basically, this is all that you need to have in your environment file. So once it is there, what you need to do is go back to the console. First of all, make sure you save this file and store it in the same folder. And then after that, you need to jump back to your console, and you need to do npm install. So this is a command that basically installs all the necessary packages and repos and libraries that are needed to run this particular application. So let me quickly show you that file. So this is the file, package.json, and if you just do .json, so you will see what dependencies are required. So these all are listed here. You will need React version, this and all that stuff. So okay, let me close this. Yeah, so all these dependencies you will require. So once you do npm install, everything that is listed here, system will check if it's already there in your machine. It will utilize those, or otherwise if something is missing, it will install it for you. So you will have everything installed after this, and that's it. So that's the kind of part where you need to set up everything, and you don't need anything else. Just do npm start, and your app should get up and running. So there are two things to note here. The first is the token server. So you actually need the 8081 port on your machine or laptop or desktop, whatever you have. So basically nothing should be running on this particular port so that application can run. So what token server actually does is basically it has Symbl's credentials and Twilio's credentials, and if someone joins your meeting room or requires access token from either of these two platforms, so token server just provides that. So that will run on port 8081, and your application will be running on port 3000. So make sure that port is also empty. And now, as we can see, that application has compiled and with warnings, but nothing major issue. So we can actually go and test out the application. So let me quickly open a new tab, and yeah. So if you go to localhost 3000, you see this, and this is pretty cool. So you click on, enter any name. I've tested it a few times, so there's a pre-populated thing, but let's call it symbl-twilio, the room name, and yeah, join the room. So when you join this room, so you will get into this meetings platform, and if you are, let's say, right now it's on your local machine, so only you can access it, but let's say you want to distribute it to some other friends of yours or colleagues of yours to test it. And what you can do is either host this application. That is the very straightforward and the first way to do. But the other thing that you can do is have a tool like ngrok installed, which can then provide this locally hosted URL to the outside world. So basically, if you provide your friends that ngrok URL, they'll be able to access this application. But there are several ways to do that, and let's jump onto the part what this application is doing here. So first of all, the video and the audio that this application is using is provided by Twilio, and on top of that, what you see at the bottom, so you are seeing that transcription coming up. So this is what Symbl is doing in the real time, and this is very basic version of what Symbl does. So basically, this is transcription in the real time, the closed captioning, and also once the transcription is finalized after contextualizing and little bit finalizing the correcting the sentences in that. So Symbl does that as well on the closed caption. So that is the thing that you see on the right hand side in the transcript section. So this is the basic version of the application, and you should have it up and running if you followed my instruction. But Symbl does more than that, just closed captioning. So I'll jump into that part as well. But before that, I just want to walk through the code a little bit so that you guys can maneuver it, twist it, and use it in your application however way you want, because most of it is reusable, and it is a good point for you to it's a good benchmark for you to get up and running with the Symbl and Twilio. So let me jump into the code as of now. Okay, yeah. So this is a repo that we downloaded and are using here. So if you go to the source folder, I'll just walk through the main important files here. REST is basically, it is a React application. If you are familiar with JavaScript, you should be able to easily maneuver or change the files, anything that you want. And even if you are not familiar, you code in any other language, JavaScript is pretty plain in terms of you can understand it if you just read the code. So I'll show you where the integration between Symbl and Twilio is happening, because what is happening in this particular application is that Symbl is taking the audio stream from Twilio, and while the communication is happening in the Twilio application, like one user is talking to another user, the same audio stream is fogged and sent to Symbl as well. So Symbl is then analyzing that stream in the real time and sending it back to this particular application. So there needs to be an integration where the Symbl can get that stream from the Twilio video SDK. So if you go to let me go back, source, utils, and Symbl. So yeah, so these are the main 4 files. So if you see, this is the Symbl Twilio connector file. You can read through it, pretty straightforward, just giving some instructions that how to fetch the stream, how to subscribe to the stream, how to unsubscribe, like what happens when you close the WebSocket connection, what happens when you open it, so all that good stuff, pretty straightforward, that you will see from WebSocket perspective. So all WebSockets generally have on message, on error, on connect, like these kind of methods. A couple of more methods just to start the Symbl connector and the stop the Symbl connector. So this is kind of the main file. Other than that, you can see there is a Symbl WebSocket API file as well. So this is basically when you receive messages from Symbl. So we have all the handlers over here, that what happens when you get the message or some silence is detected, and when the connection is started, and how Symbl sends a start and recognition request. So all that code is here. Also, you will see this function here, the create audio processing topology. So basically, the Symbl is getting this audio context from the window of your browser. So this is the corresponding function for that. You create a gain node, and you can process that audio using Symbl. So these are kind of the two main files that you need to understand, and rest all is basically pretty straightforward. One more thing I wanted to show you, that this React app actually has a lot of reusable components. So what I mean by reusable is basically what you see on the UI. You can use directly those components in your application along with these 2-3 files. So you don't need to build or maneuver a way to get the new UI components. So let me jump into that part as well, so that you guys have little bit understanding here. So it's there in the source and under components. If you go, so what you were seeing there on the screen was closed caption. So there's a component for that. You can directly use it in any of your application. It should work directly, using this code. Basically, only thing you need is to have that Symbl connection in your application, and on the UI side of thing, you can send the payload and the raw data directly to this particular component, and you should be able to utilize that. The other thing I wanted to show, the second component, was the transcript component. So basically, if you see, there is another folder here that is transcript item. So I'll explain what is that. So here you are, you are seeing, right? Okay, this is a long transcript, but yeah. So this is a transcript item, and this whole component is a transcript component. So one transcript component is composed of several transcript items, as you can see here. So basically, this is what it is. So if you go to transcript.js, you will see this file fetching transcript item here. So as you can see, it's just creating the new transcript items. It is using use state component. If I can show you that here, where it is. Yeah, so whenever you get a new transcript, transcript item, it gets added to your transcript components. So yeah, so this is what it is getting from the state. This is what I wanted to show you. So transcript item is basically a component that you get, and you set every time you receive a new transcript item in the transcript component. So this is pretty much about the code. I hope you found this walkthrough useful. Also, I wanted to jump a little bit into Symbl's documentation. So if you go to Symbl's homepage, you will see all these, good documentation, and it's pretty straightforward that if you are using streaming, go to this particular section. If you are using async or post processing, or using Symbl on any recorded files, you go to this section. Little bit about what other you will get from the other than the conversation is that the conversation is the first part of Symbl, but the closed captioning and transcription. So that's what we convert first the audio stream or video or any other form of data into. And once we have that, you can actually in the same application get action items for that particular data, follow-ups, topics, questions, entities, analytics, and many other forms of analytics on top of that. So basically, you can think of several different ways how you can utilize that into your application. So please feel free to do that. Go through this documentation. I think it will give you a lot of ideas once you have that application up and running, and you just want to have more data flowing through your application and more analytics running into that. And all this is as I mentioned, that we are domain agnostic. So you don't need to train anything on any specific business use case. Everything you need is there, and you can just go through this documentation and improve the application or utilize this in your own applications. So this is one thing, and so I just wanted to show one other part as well. So there are certain features that you will see, like trackers and summary. So some of them are in beta and lab stage. So you can use those as well and test those and give us your feedback if you run into any issues, although they are fully fledged, and I'm using them as of now in some of my application and some of our customers' application. So please feel free to use these and provide us your feedback as well. So yeah, I hope this was helpful and useful for you guys, and I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you and discussing your project. Please join our Slack community, where several other conversation intelligence developers are building cool apps, or just email me at Neeraj@Symbl.ai for any questions. You can also follow us on Twitter at the rate SymblDevs. So looking forward to help you guys build more great conversational intelligence applications, and thank you for watching this.